Good evening, my beautiful Sazzy ladies. This is Miss Donna with Sazzy's Lingerie, located in downtown Overland Park. And welcome to Feather Boa Friday. Woohoo! Today, I have a dear friend of mine. Her name is Miss Sheri, and we're going to learn all about her. But before we do that, we have to get her feather boas. So I have pre-selected this beautiful feather boa for Miss Sheri.
Yes.
Isn't it like pretty on her? And then, of course, I'm going to do my red and white, black, because I kind of feel that way today. So there you go. So who is Sheri? Well, Sheri is someone that I think you should really get to know. If you're a busy woman who either runs her own business or just is managing the household, because trust me, that's a job in itself, you definitely need to come and either hear her speak, or if you're not able to do that, because she does a lot of different appearances all over Kansas City and the state of Kansas and Missouri, and I'm pretty sure she's going to go worldwide here pretty soon. But she also has written this amazing book. And so at the end, we'll go over how you can get the book and how you can have her come speak with you as well. And the name of the book is Here to There Revealed, a system for balancing life and business. And I can tell you, I desperately need to do this because I get into a rut, and then Sheri will be like, Donna, have you done this on chapter whatever? And then I have to say, no. So she is the truth. So we're going to talk about her book, and I'm just going to kind of go over a couple of the chapters. So we have one, which is focus on your mindset. So Sheri, I know I have my definition of focus on your mindset. What would your definition be for all of our audience
Every
members?
change that we ever want to make is about mindset, right?
Right.
And isn't it funny that we put these feather boas, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
And how does it change your mindset? Just putting this on. It makes you feel better.
Yeah.
And so the way even self-care, right,
Right,
will change our mindset. But it's more about everything, what we say to ourselves. Do you know that people have, I don't even know, like over 1 million and some thoughts a day, and they're bad.
No.
They're bad thoughts.
No.
Everybody
we got to get rid
has
of those.
bad thoughts. But are they true?
No.
Well, and sometimes we need to test them.
Some maybe,
but a lot of our thoughts,
no,
we just need to say, is that even true? Is that even helpful?
No, it's not.
Is that
helpful.
even right?
Mm-mm.
So we need to change, and then we need to think. We don't need to believe every thought that we think.
No.
So anyway, yeah, everything that we want to do, lose weight, mindset, build a business, mindset. Everything that you want to do starts with mindset. So that's why chapter 1 is mindset.
That's a good one. I think we could all relate to that. I really do. So chapter 2, you must have a MVP. So her version of an MVP is mission, vision, and purpose. So let's repeat that. A mission, a vision, and a purpose. So we have to have that as women. I really believe that. And I don't think it really matters what you're doing in life as a woman. You should have a mission, a vision, and a purpose. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that's the thing is sometimes even if we're business women or we're career, we think we only have it for that.
Right.
We need it for our life. So I say if you have a vision, purpose, and mission for your life and your business or career or what you said, being a stay-at-home mom is a career.
That is a whole job in itself.
And
100%.
You still need a vision, purpose, and
Yes, you
mission
do.
if you're running.
I visualize the children picking up after themselves. I visualize the children not having arguments today. I think those would be great visions to have. Now, whether they're obtainable, who knows? But it's a vision.
So, like, my mission is to make a difference in other people's life. I work really hard at doing that every day. And so my mission for my business, for me in the business world, is to make a difference in people's business and help them create the life and business that they love. But see how they're aligned? Yeah. They're similar, right?
Very similar.
And so even my children, right? My children are now grown, but to make a difference in their life is my mission. So when you're thinking of that, think of how you can align those.
Nice. Okay, chapter 3. The goal setting. Okay, so we all hear about goal setting, no matter where you are in life, whether you're at the gym, you're at the business, you're at the house. Oh my gosh, the list goes on and on and on. So just real quick, what would you say 3 good goals would be for most women to set? Would you guess maybe? Like if you were to have a business.
Self-care.
Self-care.
You're going to be like, wait a minute, I got to worry about my business. But self-care and health are the things that we don't, right?
Right.
We don't look at.
No.
Now, I talk about the 6 different areas. Spirituality, I tell everybody, is the core of who everybody is. Right. I'm a Christian, even if you're not a Christian. That's the sport, you know,
your core. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then relationships and health and personal growth. And I know you're saying, well, we need to worry about our finances and our business, but all these things
they also
affect us, and we forget.
We do.
To stop. And take a little
so like
self-care.
For instance, like my resume run is entrepreneur corporate, and it goes back and forth. And one of the benefits I love having as my own business, especially where I'm located now, is that I get to go outside and breathe. And so I sometimes will go next door to my dear friend Courtney, who has the old mango, and I'll go, come outside. We can do this now. When we have to go outside, we have to breathe and take in the sunshine. And it's amazing how just those 5 minutes, sometimes we're out there for a little bit longer, and it just makes such a huge difference. It's taking that break. And to me, I think that's a very important
And you're not even a smoker, and you get to go outside and take a break. See, those are called not smoke breaks. Those are called relax breaks.
Those are relaxed breaks.
The point is, those are important no matter what we're doing.
Yeah.
And what did you say? Just to breathe.
Just to breathe. And for me, I mean, I tell this to other people, but rarely do I ever take my own advice. We all know that. But breathing is so important. And I find myself at least, I'll just say a few times, it's more than that during the week, that I'm like, Donna, stop and just breathe. And so my new goal is when I start to get that way is to go outside outside my store and just breathe and take a moment and then come back. And when I do that, I am way more focused. I'm more productive. I have a much better attitude, especially if I'm steaming all day long because somebody ordered a lot of stuff at the trade show and I've been getting it all in the store. And I love doing that. But sometimes it gets a little overwhelming on, oh my gosh, how many boxes did I order?
But what if we went outside and we breathed and then we said some great things like positive things to ourselves. Like, oh my gosh, what a blessing. I got all these new things in my store I get to put in there. Or, you know what? Donna, you're going to get this done. You're just going to do it one bite at a time.
Yes.
And I always like to use Sheri or Donna. I like to actually talk to myself.
But you know what? I'm going to interrupt you for a second. You said something very important that I finally have been hearing because we had breakfast not too long ago. I only get out of bed for breakfast. I'm in retail for a reason. And one of the things that Sheri reminded me was breaking things down just one step or one bite at a time. And when I remember to do that, it goes so much easier. So I think that's a really good goal setting. So let's do number 4, your surrounding circle. Now this one is a really big one. And I think this applies to whether you have your own business or you're working for someone or you're at home as a career mom, because a stay-at-home mom is a career. It seriously is. And so surrounding yourself, your surrounding circle, to me means surrounding yourself with positive people that are going to support you, because there's enough haters out there that are never going to support you no matter what you do. And I think you need to kind of get rid of those people, right? And sometimes that's easier said than done. We'll just leave that hypothetically speaking. But I think surrounding yourself with very positive people who help you achieve those goals are really important. I think that's what your chapter is about in that. Would that be correct?
It is. And we do talk about those toxic people. And some of them, we can eliminate them from our life. But some of them might just be your family members, or they might be your neighbor, or they might be or you might work with them. So how can we just set clear boundaries with them?
Right.
And and then we do talk about making sure that we have those core set of people. That cheerleaders is one of them, right?
Right.
I talk about the coaches, the mentors, the cheerleaders, and your friends. But those people to all want you to move from here to there. Do you see me make a pen of my
Oh my gosh, it's like she's plugging her book.
But here to there is the name of my business. But they want you to be successful.
They do.
Right?
Your true friends do. The ones that don't will never want you to succeed, and they will always do that voice of self-doubt. And I talk about that, when you're here in the store and stuff. All right, so number 5, step-by-step money mechanics. Oh, I knew you were going to talk about the money side of life. Money is important. I get it. But there's bad words like budget. I hate that word.
That's why we don't call it a budget.
We don't.
We call it a bad spending plan. Do you know that we're right now at Sassy's Lingerie? And I love that store. And you can spend money at it.
You can.
Did you know that?
No.
You have to have it in your spending plan.
Yes, you do. You do.
So do you have a clothes budget?
Yeah.
You ought to have one.
Yes.
Do you have a lingerie budget?
You
ought to have one.
You
do you have a shoe?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're going to buy this stuff, right?
Right. And
you need to make sure that you're putting it in. Otherwise, you know, if you don't have a spending plan, you let your money fall through your fingers.
You do.
And you don't get to do what you want to do.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to diss Starbucks, but do you want to spend every $7 or quick? What are those small little habits that you can change?
So then you can get the things you really want.
Get the things that are really going to be an investment in the goals and things that you're setting for your life and your business.
I agree. All right, this next one is time management. I don't think there's a single person by now who hasn't heard those words, time management. Time management is very important. Again, whether you are working for someone else, you have your own business, or you're a stay-at-home mom with the kids, because no matter what, your time just goes by so fast. And if you are on your phone with social media and you're checking Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all of the others out there, it's easy to lose track of time. And it's easy to go, oh my gosh, I've been on there for like a half hour. I am now behind schedule of all the other things I need to do. So, Sheri, what would you recommend, like just in general for most ladies, on how could they do a good job on their time management?
Well, I mean, part of it, you could set a timer, right? So that you know that you're on social media for 5 minutes or whatever you think it's going to take, and make sure that you're willing to get off. But you know, time is our most valuable resource. We can make more money.
Right.
But we can't get more time.
Can't get time, yeah.
And if you're like me, I've had a lot of hard loss. I know you have in your life. And we know that life is so short.
Yeah.
So if we're not making sure that our time, our most valuable resource, right? I spend at least an hour every night with my husband because he's an important aspect, right, in my life.
And that's an investment in your relationship, which
exactly.
is really important. Yeah.
And my children say I hunt them down to go have a cup of coffee or lunch.
But that's important.
But sometimes my daughter lives in Texas right now. I will be like, when can we do the phone thing? I know we're talking about business and we're talking about life. And we need to do it in business. But we also need to make sure, you've heard before, if you put all those important marbles in first, the jar, then you can fill the sand. But time is a lot like money, right? We can let it just fall through our fingers without a plan. So make sure that you're putting those important things that you want to maybe accomplish in your business, but also in your life, right? And what are your priorities in those people in your life that we talked about? They're so important. I mean, like today, I'm getting to hang out with my friend Donna, and that's such a important.
It's important to
time, right?
Very important
to hang out with those people that support you and that you love to be around.
Perfect. All right, so Sheri, this book, this amazing book. So we kind of hit the highlights on it. Obviously, she goes into further detail about it. But where can people get this book?
So my website is heretothereconsulting.com.
Okay.
And there's a link right on there where you can get my book. You also, of course, can get it out on Amazon.
Okay.
And then, but all of my events that are coming up, everything is right there at heretothereconsulting.com.
Perfect. And we'll put that link in the at the end of the at the bottom of the video and all of that, you know, mumbo jumbo stuff. So we'll do that. All right. Well, Sheri, thank you so much for attending our Feather Boa Friday. It is always a pleasure to spend time with you. And go out and get her book. And if you have an event that you need someone to speak at, please contact Sheri. She is absolutely amazing in person. And I will talk to you all later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Have a great evening.